What is going on, everyone? Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be going over brand new ways to get into playable and fair lobbies in Apex Legends Season 15. At this point in time in Apex Legends, most of the players have already figured out that the matchmaking in general isn't very fair, and most players are realizing that they'll play a super easy match and then get thrown into 10 very hard matches. And then only after 10 super hard and unbearable matches do they end up getting back into playable lobbies. And what ends up happening is the cycle ends up repeating itself. And for most Apex Legends players who are casuals like myself, end up finding that this is not very fun, and it's very frustrating going up against players who are on a completely different skill level than you are. So when you end up getting into a game and then landing and then being completely steamrolled as soon as you land, there really is no room to improve, and there's really no room to play the game. So that is why in today's video I'll be going over 2 brand new methods that I found so you can get back into your average casual lobby where the matches aren't too easy, but they're also not super hard. But just before I go over those new methods, definitely consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. Subscribing doesn't come at any cost to you, and you can always unsubscribe later. Now with that out of the way, let's get right into today's video. Starting off with the first brand new method, this is the home screen method. The first thing you'll want to do is make sure that you are in the main lobby of Apex Legends. The next thing you'll want to do is start a match of trios with Phil on. Now once you are queuing for a match, what you want to do is you'll want to get ready to go back to the main page of Apex Legends, and just make sure you have it right where the game is telling you, are you sure you want to return to the title page? And as soon as you hear the sound that you're being connected into a match, make sure to immediately click the button to continue to the title page. Now in case you are confused, this is the sound that I am referring to. Now once you're at the title page, you'll want to go ahead and go back into the game, and you'll know if you've done this little trick right if you go back into Apex and you're at the main lobby and you start queuing for whatever you want. As soon as you hit ready, you should hear the sound again, and it should say that you are being connected to a match for a couple seconds. Then that text should go away and it'll go back to queuing to a match like usual. And when you end up doing this, I found that it ends up confusing the game. So when you are queuing into a match after doing this, the game's matchmaking system will be super confused, and it won't be putting you into a game based off of your skill-based matchmaking rank. Instead, the game will end up throwing you into what feels like a very average skilled game. So once you do this and you play a match, you should feel like that match is a lot easier than the super sweaty lobbies that you're used to, and that you actually have some breathing room while you're playing the game. Now moving on to the second method that I'll be going over. This method is the out of bounds method. Now doing this method is a little more time consuming, but I find that it is just a little more efficient. So if you find that the first method just isn't working for you for whatever reason, I would go ahead and try this method instead. The first thing you'll need to do is start up a match of trios or duos. Just make sure that Phil is off. So what that means is you'll be queuing into a match alone. Once you get into a game and you're on the dropship, leave as soon as you can, and you'll want to fly down towards a tall structure or any tall terrain like a mountain range on the map. All you'll want to do is land somewhere where there will be an out of bounds timer. And as you are flying down, you'll want to go ahead and make sure you empty out your entire inventory. Now once you land at that spot with an out of bounds timer, you'll just want to make sure that the out of bounds timer runs down to 0, and you'll want to make sure that you get eliminated by the timer running out. Now once this happens, you can go ahead and leave the match, and you'll want to go ahead and repeat this process 5 times. And all that this method is doing is it is telling the game that you need to be put in lower skilled lobbies because you haven't been doing so good in your last couple matches, the matches where you were dying to the out of bounds timer. And coincidentally, usually the lower skilled lobbies is really the lobbies that you should be in, and you're taking yourself out of the super hard lobbies that you shouldn't have ever been in the first place. And it's all just because the game's matchmaking system is just so screwed up. Again, after you do this 5 times and you play a match, you should also notice that your games become a lot more bearable, and you feel like now you can actually play the game, you actually stand a chance in your engagements, and there is a lot more room to grow as a player because you're not just being steamrolled 5 seconds into a match. As always, never overabuse any of these methods. I only make videos like these just so you can get back into the lobbies that you belong in, and so that you can correct the matchmaking system a lot faster than just having to suffer and waste your time in 10 super hard matches. Because I do know from first-hand experience that the casual experience in Apex Legends is just becoming less and less casual. Sometimes you just want to kick back and play Apex and listen to some music, but nowadays you really can't even do that. But with all that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching today's video. A huge thank you to all of my subscribers and channel members. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and I'll see you all around later. Bye, guys.